Hello guys, welcome again. So let's talk about Bitcoin. And as you can see here, Bitcoin is still in sideways, right? In sideways here between $13,000 and $10,000 500. This is something we were expecting, right? So I think now Bitcoin is about to break this range, and honestly, right now the odds are to the downside. Of course, I could be wrong, right? But the thing here is like if we go for 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart, volatility is actually getting low, very low. Well, now it's expanding here, but it was very low for a few days. And now we have here a better variance here. Well, this actually better variance is too far. I think it's not very good here. But as you can see here, we have a sell signal here in 4-hour chart, and specifically here around $11,700 around here. I am in short position, $111,000 500, looking for a potential drop all the way down to 109, 110. And also we have another time frame that actually is not doing well right now, is the 12-hour chart with volatility contraction here. Volatility here is super low here, as you can see here. So of course, as a trader, this is the best opportunity for me to start looking for the next move, right? In this case, to the downside. The range is actually very obvious. Below $11,000, closing in there, 12-hour candle here below there, you will see the first target is 10,000. But honestly, the target it should be around $107,000, looking for 105 actually. Now, in 1-day chart here, volatility is contracted here. Wait for the move. The move is coming here. Actually saturated right now. This is the move we have to start looking for. Technically speaking, it's still to the upside, but honestly, that thing is not going to happen anyway. If that happens, the risk management is very good, because, for example, here I am in short here. If Bitcoin goes here, I saw use only 145%, but looking for something like this. I am looking for 105 here around this area. Is the risk and reward ratio is actually very good. So that's why I am in short right now, looking for a potential this short position where 12-hour chart is the trigger, and eventually 1-day chart is gonna follow. Now let's continue with potential targets. As you can see here, we have the volume here is very significant here, around $105,000. If Bitcoin breaks to the downside, officially it's going to be in downtrend, at least for the next 2 months. And the first target is going to be 105, 106. Of course, if we see this breakdown here, we could see a potential bounce here, but after that, it's just going to be continuation all the way down to this area. The final target for me is going to be around 94, 95K. And of course, continuation to the downside, where the next area is going to be 84K around there. But well, as you can see here in volume, the biggest area of volume is actually 94, 95. If we talk about weekly chart here, let me show you here. Weekly chart is not looking very good in price action. Of course, it's in an uptrend, but we have multiple better variances here in different time frames. So if I show you here, we have the ADX negative here. We have a better variance here in curve. And not just only that, we have also in OBB, right? We have all of this, right? All of this, yeah. And that's why usually the target is MA55. Where is MA55? Around here, 94, 95. Exactly where is the volume profile, and also the MA55 here in around this area. You see, this is the area actually is very important. If Bitcoin breaks the MA55 here, we could see another leg down to 81. Honestly, I don't think so. I think we will see potentially just a bounce from $92,000 to $93,000. But if we are in a bear market, I mean, or we will be in a bear market, you have to see something like this. Bitcoin just breaking not just only the MA55, testing directly to the MA100, and potentially from there lowered prices around 60, 79. Now, there is a very strong evidence. Potentially, we could see the top right now. We are potentially here in this top. Maybe, yeah. On why? If I show you here the monthly here, we have the better range in the monthly here. The only reason why the market is not crashing right now is because ADX is still positive here. But in the moment here, the ADX is getting, actually the slope is getting negative. You will see a massive correction. And now ADX, historically speaking, is reaching this level. This level is where we saw the pullbacks. So maybe maybe potentially at least 1 month or two, when we see the ADX around this area, potentially we could start thinking a pullback. Yeah. So the worst scenario for Bitcoin is just sideways here, pullback to 94. Potentially yes, a bounce from there. Yeah, potentially yeah. But if we go to bi-monthly here, let me show you here bi-monthly. We have a better variance in bi-monthly. We have a monthly better variance and bi-monthly here as well. But not just only that, we have also 3-month chart. Let me show you here. We have this beautiful better variance in 3-month chart. So, and also we have sell signals here, better variance in BSA OBB. So this is telling me, let me show you here the BLX. BLX is much better for this, as you can see here. And technically speaking, every time when you see this kind of setups here in the monthly, we have to, as investors, right, we have to start thinking to take some profits. Let me show you here in bi-monthly here, we will see the sell signal here in bi-monthly here, and monthly, let me see here. Yeah, the ADX is still positive here, but the question is for how long. The volume is still good, but it's reaching the extremes. And when you see the extremes here around this area, is actually the time when finally we can start talking about the climax of the move. So this area was tested when in 2017, as you can see here, and also the top of the volume was here around $68,000. 68. And let me see, yeah, 63, 64, and from there it was falling down, and now we are exactly in the same area, this area. So there is a probability this could be potentially, we are very close to see the top of this market. Now let's talk about something else. Let me show you here the RSI here, because in this live stream I want to show you something about more long term, because well, the short term is actually very obvious right now. Bitcoin is in sideways here, just very short term. But in the monthly here, we have not just only with RSI, we have not just only one, we have two better variants. Let me show you here. We have here from this point and this point, and not just only this point, we have only and also this point. We have two better variants in the monthly here. So in the moment when the MA is broken and Bitcoin breaks $105,000 in the monthly basis. So if we see September Bitcoin closing below $105,000, we can start looking for a massive drop all the way down to 64K. Because we have better variance here, two, right? We have two. Well, this is a very high probability. Let me show you here the weekly chart. Weekly chart, we have a better variance, yes. And also with RSI, Bitcoin broke the previous low here, looking for maybe around 50. So this is not looking very promising right now. I am not looking anymore for Bitcoin to test 118. To be honest, I think we will not see this level in long time, potentially. Yeah, I think this week is, you're bullish right now for Bitcoin. You have to see today, tomorrow maximum this bounce. If we don't see this bounce, Bitcoin is just wasting time and getting ready for continuation to the downside. Okay. With this move to the downside, is Bitcoin officially is gonna be in downtrend. Yeah. Now let's continue with more altcoins. Altcoins. Let me show you here. Ethereum is bullish. We have a buy signal here. But don't get me wrong. If you see this bounce, there is a very high probability to see this bounce as a bull trap. And if we got, for example, Solana is making a new high here. If we compare with the previous one, it's just testing. It's gonna test the top of resistance. Volatility is contracted here. It's not following the price, so I can tell you right now, this move, whatever is the target, is gonna be a bull trap in the long. Now XRP is actually moving to the upside very slowly, as you can see in the chart. because we got this buy signal here in 1-day chart, as you can see here, looking for around maybe maximum 3.20 cents, no more than that. And also BNB, we have this buy signal already moved here, not looking for new all-time high. I think it's gonna be fine. Now, one of the coins actually I'm watching right now is Hype. I don't trade usually altcoins, but this one is one of the coins I'm thinking to buy in the long term, where after I see a major crash. The first crash was here around 10, 11. I bought a little bit here, and after that I closed around 26. But that was in April this year. Usually I don't buy altcoins, but well, never mind. Now let's continue with Tron. Tron actually is very interesting here because since 2020 is in uptrend. You see, it's an uptrend. It's something actually I am very interested here, looking for the pullbacks here, right? You see 1.236 potentially could be a buy opportunity here. And now let's continue with the stock market. I talked about the stock market yesterday, so today we are going to talk about maybe the currencies. Currencies here is, well, in weekly chart, as you can see here, we have potentially sell signal here forming, looking for 140 yen. It is going to be nice, but in weekly chart, this drop is going to be just a test to the MI55, and from there I will be very bullish, looking for new all-time highs, 160 in the long term, 220 in the long term, and well, it's going to be terrible, right? Now let's continue with more. Let me show you here the stock market, but I'm going to talk about gold. Gold, let me show you gold. Gold is in all-time high, as you can see here. Is very, very powerful. I love this chart, but it's terrible for the economy. With this volume, gold is gonna continue in uptrend for long time, maybe at least on another 2 years. Beautiful breakout, wonderful. Every time frame I see here is super bullish. With this volume, is impressive. So I am very bullish here, looking for just pullbacks. When you see the pullback, the MI55 tested, is gonna be a buy opportunity. Now, as you can see here, we have better surveillance forming. So the next pullback is coming, but it's gonna be a big buy opportunity. Now let me show you something about Nvidia. Nvidia is having this pullback, right? Looking for around 140, and potentially is gonna be a buy opportunity. Now the biggest one, the biggest one I am very bullish here is Adobe. Adobe is actually right now the asset actually I'm watching right now, because this thing is forming a bullish divergence right now here in the weekly chart. And not just only that, we have a potential buy signal in the monthly, where the last signal was here in 2022, and after 2 years the profits were around 116%, and from here potentially 60%, looking for the top of the range around 150, 160, sorry, 560, around there. And also with this drop here, no volume in this crash, I think Adobe found the bottom here, looking for this potential bounce here in the long term. Of course, I'm talking about the following 2 years. AMD, very nice call. I am very happy about this. Finally reached my target, the top of this resistance. Remember what I said like a few months ago in April? I am looking for this area to be tested here, 190 around there. Well, another hit. Thank you. Very nice. Very nice. Check. So the thing here is right now here, I am looking for pullbacks. I am planning to enter here in AMD, yeah, but not now. I will do that in the future for around 134, 135, potentially 120. Now let's continue with the Baba. Baba actually is doing very well, very well. I was not expecting this. I was not expecting this, to be honest. Looks like the MI55 is going to support right now. I was looking for another 90. I was wrong. And it's a breakout to 100. Of I will not buy there. This is not something I will buy. Of course not, right? But yeah, Baba is doing very well here. Is very well. It's doing actually very good. So what I'm planning to do, I will just follow a couple months, looking for the pullback, and here in the pullback in the future, I will continue maybe the upside. Now let's continue with this one, Unity, awesome, beautiful, wonderful call, one of the best calls I got this year. um in the monthly, right, we have this bullets are bringing in the monthly. When I call it, this is a bullets are bringing in the monthly. This is a no-brainer. This is a buy around 20, and now is 100% profits. Is amazing, right? Looking for around 56, potentially a pullback from there, but after that pullback is gonna be a buy. This thing is gonna start trending. Now let's continue with Nike. Nike is in consolidation here. It's still in consolidation because the volatility is very, very low. So we have to go to time frames, bigger time frames, and this is a buy opportunity as well. And from 58, 60 to 70 in the following years, 2-3 years, potentially Nike it could hit around 150, around there. Let's continue with Tesla. Tesla is getting ready for another move to the upside. Let me show you here. Let me show you here. This is looking very, very bullish here. Looking for another 430. Yeah, around there. Of course, now it's a bit late. The buy opportunity was around 300. But well, never mind. Now let's continue with Oracle. Oracle, as you can see here, ADX negative here. Pullback looking for 180. And of course, the trend is your friend until the end, right? Just wait for the trend. Here we have a buy signal in one day chart. Looking for now Netflix is doing very well. I am very bullish here, looking for potential new all-time high here again. New all-time high here. This okay. Now let's continue with Amazon. Amazon new all-time high is coming. New all-time high. Actually, I think it's gonna keep pumping here, very soon. Apple, Apple. You see, my seasonal trading is actually is quite good. You know, actually quite good. You see, now here pullback, buy signal here, and after that continuation to the upside. Nice. Okay, let's talk about Nokia. Nokia, yeah, well, this drop right now is bouncing, testing the M55, continuation to the downside, looking for 2.23 around there. And I think that's all, guys, about the stock market. Let me see here in crypto. Bitcoin, as I said before, if we go to use the dominance here, in we have a buy signal here, testing the support here. Of course, is very strong. One day chart is looking very, very interesting. Very interesting. Looking for actual days is doing very well. Holding the volume is. We will see a buy signal this all the way up to 4.80, and from there, of course, we will see 105, 108, whatever. Yeah, there is a very low probability to see. Honestly, I think the rest of the year Bitcoin being sideways and start trending to the yeah. BGB BitGet. I am very bullish here. Very bullish here in the long. Volatility is expected here in chart, and very good. I love it. I really like this. Looks like this is go to this. The monthly here is I am not looking at a major bounce here, but as long as volatility is and for actually February this year is actually very 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 yeah. Let's talk about XRP time frame. I don't know you like term long term. I try to be more. For XRP, for example, in weekly chart here, weekly chart is forming a here, looking for this actually beautiful better high to this high, and also lower high and hit high to high. Have a better long term, right? In the following through, I'm looking. I will start around 2. That going through. In one day chart is different. One day chart, the following 10 days, where the time frame is right, right. One day chart in average you have around 10 days. Right now here we have a buy signal here, and as you can see, the signal was around 2.5, and now is around 3. Maximum around 3, no more than that. Why? Because there is volume. There is no volume to. That's why I will be careful here. Chart, at least for me, is a time to start profits. Let me see. Okay, so 1 second. Let me. Okay, so please let me know if you can hear now better. I reset again the settings on my mic. Okay, so now let's continue with Dodge because I got the request. As I said before, this is testing resistance in 1-day chart. Weekly chart is actually just in sideways here. Yeah, it's in sideways here. So what I'm trying to say is this: Bitcoin is in uptrend. Yes, we should be bullish. Well, kind of, but weekly chart is screaming for a correction. Okay, this is screaming for a correction. Okay, we have this higher low, right, forming a better divergence here, not just in momentum, also in volume here, and also here in the price. We have the conditions to start thinking in the following 3 months. I'm talking about December, this month, October, November, December, looking for 94k. Okay, and you are thinking, yeah, we are in I'll see some short term, yes. Long term, I don't think so. Long term, I don't think so. I think right now Bitcoin is in uptrend, yes, but there is a very strong there are very strong signals in higher time frames telling us actually Bitcoin is getting ready for a correction. So that's why, yeah, as investor, right, as a trader, you can go right now, you can trade, you can make some profits right now. As investor, you will have to wait. In my case, I am waiting for the right moment. Actually, right now I am, for investing, I am using more stocks because in the crypto space, I think it's too late for many altcoins. Many of them, they are so expensive right now. I think it's not worth it, at least not for me. But yeah, so let's continue with Bitcoin dominance. Let's see what is going on right now here. And let's talk about the weekly chart because, alt season, right? The alt season is here. I cannot be bearish here. Actually, I'm very bullish here, looking for sideways here. That means if you see potential a bounce here, maybe in the following 2 months, yeah, like this, a buy signal here. Technically, the alt season will be kind of over, yeah, because we will see a bounce. And when you see Bitcoin dominance very bullish, usually altcoins tend to crash. So that's why I will be very careful here. Now, let's come back to Bitcoin in the short term, right? Because let's trade the short term because I know some of you are trading the very, very short term. Right now, Bitcoin is testing here, this area support between $11,000 $500 and $11,000 $111,400 and $110,700 around here, where resistance of course is this area, yeah, and support is this area. Breaking $110,700, you will see a massive leg down to 107, 105 actually is the target. In my case, I am very open about this. I am in short right now. I am in short looking for actually this drop. In my case, right? I am looking for this drop because we have 12-hour sell signal here. Let me show you here. We have a sell signal here with low volatility. As a trader, low volatility is the most important thing we have to find. We have to do if we want to find the nice move, the biggest move. We are looking for quality signals. So we have a sell signal here. So I am in short position at $111,500, looking for a potential breakdown, continuation to the downside, and potentially following the signal, the 1-day chart. Potentially we could see something like this. sell signal here by the end of the week, continuation to the downside because Bitcoin actually failed, is failing right now, breaking the MA55. So following my system of trading, when you see this drop, bounce to what? To keep falling, okay? Keep falling. Technically speaking, if we see Bitcoin breaking this level, $110,700, officially Bitcoin will enter in downtrend. In downtrend, looking for 94 and so on. So now I finished my technical analysis. I'm gonna answer some questions about my system of trading, how to use it, because I got some questions. If you're not new here, well, I will repeat the same thing. So, well, you can leave the live stream if you want, but if you want to learn, this is the time. Okay. First of all, here I got some questions about this my new indicator MA volatility glow. This one. Let me just hide the volume profile, and I'm gonna hide this volume. I'm gonna just keep it like this. Okay, it's very simple. The principle is very simple. The MA55, this line with different colors. Blue, when it's blue, this is telling you the volatility. Volatility is extremely low. It's very low. You can expect massive moves to the upside or to the downside. It depends on the trend. When you see the volatility very red, you can expect some sideways. Not all the time, but most of the time you can expect sideways. Now, as a trader, we have to always trying to find the blue colors when we want to execute a trade. Okay, why? Because usually the principle is very simple. This is the market, and when the market is moving, is decreasing, and suddenly is almost flat. Yeah, newbies, people without experience in the markets think, oh, it's boring. I am not interested. But market makers, professional traders, this is the time when we enter, because we know volatility is contracting. So the market is getting ready. It could be accumulation, it could be distribution, but the market is ready to move. Yeah. Newbies, they want to enter when the market is actually moving, right? When is doing this. Here, smart people, professional traders, they enter here. Stupid people or dumb money here. Okay. And we need them. Yeah. Because without these people, like it's 90% of all the people, 90%, 95%, we need all the people here. Why? Because all the guys, all the professional traders, market makers, they both here, they will start dumping their assets to all the dumb money, all the stupid people here. It's very simple. And the reason is because many people, 90%, especially in crypto, they are just gamblers and they are just emotional, right? And because they are taking decisions based on emotions, that's why they get wrecked so bad. So, but you are in this channel, you are watching this live stream, is because you want to learn how to trade properly, right? And I can tell you right now here, 70% of the time, yeah, it's about psychology of trading. It's about your emotions. 30% of the technical analysis of trading is technical. Okay, you can learn my system. This 30%, you can learn my system of trading in only 1 week or 2 or even 1 month. But if you cannot control yourself, this 70%, you are gonna lose all the time. Now, I'm gonna talk about this topic, like about psychology of trading, right? Why is so important? How you can identify yourself if you are a very emotional person. Actually, I got this question from one of the traders in my community. It's very simple. For example, in 95 job, right? A 9 to 5 job, right? 9 to 5. They ask you to work under stress, right? You must be ready to work in a very stressful environment. Trading is the opposite. You have to be relaxed. No stress. No stress at all. Yeah. Why? Because when you have stress is when you can take rational decisions. Not just only about trading, it's about also your life, right? For example, your wife, right? many guys, right? We are very emotional. Oh my God, I love her so much. But you have to be rational. Is actually good? Is not good? Is yes, whatever, right? So also about your job, right? You wanna study this career. Why? It's just because you like it, or because actually you can make money. For example, one example is like musicians, right? Artists. Only 1% of the population of musicians, sorry, or singers, they can make money. Only one. 90% of all the people who try these kind of things, they are brokey. Okay, so you must be super good. You must be the exception to actually make money in that industry. Mhm. So I am not trying to say you follow your what you like. Yes, do it, but only for maybe 1 year, 6 months. If you cannot make money, you have to maybe do something else, right? But that's the thing. In the West, specifically in the West, the idea is like we have to follow our dreams. Or oh my God, I love this. No, that is bullshit. Um, at least in my experience, right? I never meet a guy who actually is super rich and is doing what he likes. Most of the guys I know, they are making good profits. They are doing something boring, construction, building, real estate, something nothing fancy, you know. Yeah. And the idea of Chinese people is we make money, a lot of money, and with that money we do something we like. You see, they are not thinking about, oh, I want to feel good when I'm working. No. You see, the same thing applies to trading. When you are trading, specifically, for example, if you don't have experience about trading and this is your first live stream, I'm going to explain to you something. It's very simple. For example, in 2016, 2018, 2018, okay, I'm going to move here. Maybe you were not here because you entered to the markets when maybe you were, maybe most of all of you entered in 2020. But I am here since 2014, almost in the crypto space 2014, in the stock market 2012, around more than almost 12 years right now. But here, specifically here, many YouTubers, they like to, oh, it's going to the upside because the institutions are coming. Oh my God, you will see a lot of money here, blah 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 blah. And of course, many people, they bought here. But what happened after that? Bitcoin just uh, after a few months just crash 50%. 50%. Imagine 50% crash here, right? And here, specifically here, if you search on Google, you will find the news. Bitcoin is garbage, Bitcoin is a scam, Bitcoin is this, Bitcoin is that, blah, 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 Satoshi Nakamoto, whatever, right? All the media. So the problem here is like many 90% of the people here, they follow the narrative. Donald Trump, the taxes, the employment rates, all that shit. Yeah. And the question is, if 90%, 95%, 97% of the people fail trading, why you keep doing the same thing? It's like how you are expecting to get different results if you are doing the same thing like other people do. You know the win rate of that people is actually 97% of the people that lose. Yeah. So that's why following the news is a terrible idea. Terrible idea because the news will come after the move. How many times you heard or you watch on the news, hey, a big tsunami is coming or a big earthquake is coming. Please be aware of this. And after a few minutes, the earthquake hit. No, usually it's opposite, right? Something went wrong, and after the news are there telling you what happened, not before. As a trader, you want to be here before of the move, not after the move. Technically speaking, if you use my seasonal trading, you see, okay, this area is contracted, low volatility. Volatility is extremely low, very low, right? Here, before of the move, right? Before of the move. This is very interesting. The volatility is very low. The direction is very simple. Let's see here. We have here no volume here. There is no volume here, no volume. So if we do this 1x, before of the move happen, here, volume is broken here. This is a sell signal here. But you see that candle, the candle happened 1 week before. 1 week before, not in that move. So what I did here, I opened a short position here. I opened a short position here looking for a potential drop. My target was around 4,000 because I used price action in that area around here. Was here around 4,500 in that time. What happened after that? Well, I didn't follow news. I didn't follow nothing. Just I follow my seasonal trading. That's all. And after that hit, you see. But the narrative online is, oh, well, it's because, I don't know, whatever, right? Bitcoin is a scam because this exchange. If you follow that narrative, you will get wrecked so many times, many times. And not just only in crypto, also in the stock market as well. Now, we can apply the same principles here. Yeah, here in 2021, when I opened my channel, I opened my channel here. I said, hey guys, this move is a bull trap. It's a bull trap. Why? Because, well, technically speaking, I don't care the news. We have a very strong better variance. ADX is negative. Volume actually is trending down. You will see a crash. Target. First target is 40K. Second target is gonna be 30K. And after that, when I say that, many Discord groups just block me. They ban me. And after that, what happened? Well, after that, the market just crashed. What I'm trying to say is I am not right all the time. But based on the probabilities is how I trade. I got wrecked many times, don't get me wrong. But my wins are more than my losses. That's the point. So, as you can see, the target hit. You see? That is the thing. Now another example is this one. Yeah, let me show you here in 2022. In 2022, Bitcoin crashed here. Bitcoin crashed, remember. So far, so good. This bear market was one of the best for me. I could make actually good profits here. But as you can see here, we have this momentum to the downside, but the narrative is, oh my God, Bitcoin is gonna crash to 10K or 5K again. It's going to zero. Well, here we have a bullish divergence forming here, and also if we pay attention here, what is going on here? Okay, it's okay. Bitcoin is forming a bullish divergence in volume here, and also we have the ADX negative here. And what happened here? We have here the first buy opportunity is technically here. Yeah, so the first buy was at 20K. Yeah, because we have a bullish divergence here forming. But after that, if we see a drop here, a potential drop to the downside, this one, as you can see now, we have a bullish divergence forming right now here. So formally speaking, the only thing we have to do is just waiting for the confirmation here. Waiting for the confirmation. Here, we have an obvious bullish divergence here. I didn't follow news. I didn't follow garbage like that. We have a bullish divergence here in curve, and also a bullish divergence in OBB, and the buy signal is here, exactly here, with low volatility. Remember, low volatility, very low volatility. My target was $27,000 30K. Yeah, after a long time. If we do this, all the things I'm saying right now, I have so many live streams in this channel. You can go to that time and now you can hear what I was saying that time. Technically speaking, the bottom technically is in, and we will see a massive bounce all the way up to 27 30K. If we do this, maybe 10x, yeah, what happened? The target hit, right? In the long term, after 3 or 4 months, you see? And after that, I close my position here, right? My point here is, when you want to trade or invest, you must have a plan. You must have a plan. And you must know what actually in the big picture you are doing. DCA, 20 years, is up to you. I am not a big fan of that. But if that is your plan, follow your plan, right? But in my case, I built a system of trading, yeah, where I follow rules. My system of trading has 75% of probabilities to win in higher time frames, 60% of probabilities to win in 4-hour chart, and it's not good. It's not very good in 1-hour chart. I strongly suggest don't trade with my system in 1-hour chart because the win rate is very low, around 45%. Okay, this system was designed to be a swing trading position, swing trading system. Okay, swing trading system is not something like I want to use for scalping. Okay. Now, another thing I want to explain to you guys, especially you are new in this trading world, scalping doesn't work. I never meet in after 12 years of doing this, I never meet a serious trader who actually can keep making money in the short term. 1-hour chart, 5 minutes, 30 minutes. That is not actually realistic. The only thing is gonna happen is you're gonna lose your money, you are gonna lose your health, your hair, and you're gonna have stress all the time. So that's why be careful here. Be careful. Now, if we apply the system of trading right now in weekly chart, for example, we have the same principles, right? We have a better divergence right now here, same as 2021, right? Here and here. And we have this same as 2021 here. And also in price, we have exactly the same thing. The same thing. So, technically speaking, it should be to the downside. But now, the problem here is like people want to see the move tomorrow because this is a weekly chart officially or technically speaking is going to take around 3-4 months. So I'm saying by December this year potentially we could see this move where the target should be around here, around 94 and 74, and the lowest point it should be 80k. Yeah, technically speaking it should be a nice opportunity to buy again. Yeah, but when that happens, we have to see the monthly. What is the monthly doing? Right now, the monthly, if we apply the same principles, we have exactly the same setup from the high of 2022 and the high of 2025. We repeat the same process here, as you can see here, and we have exactly the same problem. And you can repeat the same pattern in bi-monthly and 3-month chart. So Bitcoin is forming very strong signals in the long term to start thinking, potentially thinking, this could be potentially the last move to the upside we saw to around here. 123, 24k, potentially it could be the last move. For sure, something I know is there is a very high chance we will not see, we will not see for a while, maybe 118. In short term, the range is very easy, right? It's very, very easy. This is the top and this is the bottom. I love when the market is in range because it's very easy to trade. You play just ping pong, right? We play just ping pong here, ping pong, right? And if you go to maybe 1-hour chart, you can see it properly here, right? You see? This is the ping pong trading, ping pong, right? Ping pong, yeah, here, here, and here. And now Bitcoin is bouncing here in 1-hour chart. But in my case, I am planning to keep my short position. Why? Because I am not trading 1-hour chart. I am trading 12-hour chart. So what I'm trying to say is gonna take few days, maybe a couple days, right? Not because I see right now Bitcoin bouncing, that means I'm gonna close my position. Of course not. That's why I have risk management. I apply risk management. This is my short position, okay? The only way I close my position is if Bitcoin makes a new high, maybe $13,500, maybe around here, but my potential profit area is 105. So the risk and reward ratio is super good. It's 3. It's super good, you see? So that's why it's worth it for me to do that. Okay, guys, I think I finished 10-15 minutes of psychology of trading and how actually the markets are working in the big picture. Why trading news is overall actually is not very good. Of course, you can do whatever you want, right? But just I'm sharing my experience. If you want to know more about my content and want to know more about my seasonal trading, you can go to my website. In my website, you can actually see, you can check a lot of content. Let me show you here my website. A moment. Let me show you here. Let me show. Let me show you here. If you go to my website, leonidascryptocave.com, you will find this application. You need to log in with your Discord or Gmail account. But if you go to the section of education, you will find the technical indicators. And all the indicators I am using in my live streams, you can read all of them. Of course, I have an explainer for each indicator. You can learn about this. I will continue updating this the content. I didn't have time this month. Sorry, last month. I will try to do it this month. But the next topic I wanna share is about psychology of trading, and after the last one is gonna be the system itself. But all the content I'm sharing right now, if you want to learn about my indicators, you can actually go here and you can check all of this content. Okay. One more thing is all this content is private. I'm sorry, but yeah. The only way to enter here is if you can actually support the channel with using Patreon or using Bluffing for trading. Now, one more thing I want to show you here. This is my trades, my trading journal. As you can see here, you can create your own trading journal. As you can see here, I am using this since 1 month ago, almost 1 month ago. And as you can see here, this is actually a very small account, 25 trades and total profits. I am doing this and my win rate is around 60%. Not very bad actually. But if I show you here the analytics, for example, here, my average win rate is around 9%. And the worst rate I got is I lost around $105. Yes, it's the worst because well, I am very strict with my risk management. And the best day I made 300. I'm gonna continue with this. I started with just only $2,000. So I want to see how far I can go all 2025. And my goal is I want to make a 100%, another 2K. And I will continue with all of this experiment. I want to show you, I want to be very open about this, about my trading journal, because trading journals actually, they are the most important tool you can use for trading if you want to do it seriously. You have to track yourself. You need to know yourself. That's the thing. For example, here, you see the patterns here. Most of the time I'm trading Bitcoin, and the average trade size is around 10K. And the average time I am holding each position is just 12 hours because I am just trading 4-hour chart. Yeah. And as you can see here, the win rate for Bitcoin is around 60%, as I said before. Okay. Average trade, every time when I enter in a trade, the average profit is around $94 and the average loss is around 76. My profit factor is not very good. I want to increase this one to maybe 1.6. But over time, I will do that. So please enter here if you are interested. And well, thank you. Let me show you here the chart right now here. Well, I think that's all, guys. That's all for today. On the chart, we have on the last, maybe today. Today is the last moment for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin is not moving, maybe by today to the upside, breaking 13K, you will see a massive leg down to 105K. Thank you for watching.